Hi, I'm Lou Beechy, the Creative Director for Heartfelt Creations. Today we're going to be sharing some cool techniques featuring the Delicate Aster Collection. So we're going to show you the stamps and dies in this collection first. This is the open Delicate Aster Collection. And then this is the bold Delicate Asters. Then we've got the script Asters. That's a really nice, fun background to work with. And here we've got the Delicate Asters and butterflies. There's some really cute monarch butterflies in this set. And we have the Delicate Aster Vase. I love that wood grain background. And then we've got the Delicate Aster Swirls. These are amazing for backgrounds or focal images. And then we have the Delicate Aster die. I love how it has these three little pieces in here. You can cut out 3 at a time for your flower center, and we'll tell you why we need this in a little bit. To get started, we're going to show you how to make this background. And then this background is using the bold flowers. Many people will ask me how to make these bold flowers, or what do you use them for. So to get started, we're going to use the bold flowers and randomly stamp a background. And we're using the pink pastel. You could use any color you liked. Just make sure that it's inked up very well. And then I'm going to start stamping off to the side a little bit. And you've got your first flower on there. The key to a good random background stamping is just stamping them in a very irregular pattern. Don't try to do it symmetrical at all, so I'll just do it very randomly. And once I have 3 of one size on here, we're going to peel this off, and we are going to go to the next one. So this is the next size in this set, and we're just going to fill in some of these other areas. Let's put one on the top. So as you can see, when you're stamping with a bold flower, you get a lot more color in there, and it makes that the inside part of your flower is colored instead of the outer edges. Like our open Delicate Asters will just color the outer edges, but together they work very well. So we're going to stamp a couple of those small ones in here. And you can do as many, and you can make the background as full as you like. Put one in this corner, and then I'll just put a little bit of the tip on this side, and then a little bit fuller on this edge. Okay, so we've stamped all of the bold ones, and now's the really cool part. This is where the open petal flowers complement the bold ones. So we're going to switch colors, and we're going to go to the Color Box Chalk Brown ink. And using the eyeball technique, I just very randomly stamp right on top of the first flower we stamped. Isn't that cool? You can really see just a close-up of that. That's really nicely positioned in there to make a really cool background. So this open flower that I'm stamping on top is the exact same size as the bold flower that I had stamped underneath. So this is the third one of the large ones I had done. So we're going to switch and go to the second size of the open flower. And we'll continue this on each of the patterns. So as you can see, this makes a really cool background. And if you'd want to add some glitter to this, I would recommend stamping those bold flowers with a glue pad, sprinkling glitter over it, and you have a really sparkly background. Let me see, I think that's all the flowers we stamped of that size. So we're going to switch to the smallest one and quickly stamp that randomly on the top. We've got one over here, and it doesn't have to be specific. This is a background, so you can kind of stamp it sporadically on top. It looks really good regardless of how you position it. So we'll finish this one over here. Now if you want some more color in here, I'll go back and I'll switch with my bold ones again, and I'm going to stamp I'm just going to make sure the pink is kind of off of this, and we're going to stamp a new sprout color in the background. This is just a very light green. I'm just going to stamp over that pattern. You see that flower in there? We're going to maybe stamp, let's say 2 in here, and then we're going to switch sizes again. So as you can see, these flowers are so easy to work with, and you can just make some very quick cards for your friends and family. Let's do a little bit in this corner. We could have switched to the small flower if we wanted to, but this one I'm just going to use the second to the largest one to finish this off. So in a matter of minutes, you've got a very nice background that you could just add some glitter, a sentiment, and that would finish your card. The next thing we're going to show you is the Delicate Aster paper collection. This paper collection comes with 24 double-sided papers. They're acid and lignin free. There's 2 sheets of each design. So this is how your cover is going to look, and then this is what's going to be on the inside of your cover. Do you see these beautiful asters? And I love the colors on this. We're just going to flip this around. The back sides of all of our papers are very neutral. This second page has a little birdhouse with a complimentary aster in the background, butterflies and birds. And that's the background of this one. I just absolutely love the color scheme of this collection. And the stripes are always a must when you're stamping or scrapbooking. That's the background of this one. And then we have this very beautiful design on this paper. We'll flip it around to the opposite side. And this one and the one I just showed you can be used as double-sided papers for scrapbooking. But what I really like about these papers is they're also designed that you can cut them into 4 equal parts, which makes 6 by 6 pieces, and you can use them for your cards. And we're going to show you in just a moment how we made some cool cards featuring this paper. I love the backgrounds of this aster. These asters coordinate with the dies, so you can actually just cut out these flowers with the dies, and it's all colored and everything. This is a baby's breath background. And then we've got the vase with the asters, another neutral background. And then we've got these little journaling blocks, or you could stamp an image in the center with a message, and this is the background of this one. And then we have a sheet that has a lot of sentiments that you can use for cards or your titles on your pages. And this is the background of this one. And we ended off with a very neutral color palette on the last sheet. So we're going to show you next what kind of samples that we've made with these papers and the coordinating stamps. So this is the paper that I selected for our project today, and as you can see, it has a very nice aster design all the way around. It would be perfect for scrapbooking, but I chose to make cards with it. I took this paper and I split it into 6 by 6 section. That gives you 4 individual pieces that you can use for cards. And this is the one card that I created with this paper. So this was one of the pieces that I had. Now with this piece, I cut it down a little bit smaller than 6 by 6 because the pattern on it let me. And then this was the next, this is the 6 by 6 size here. You can see the cards are all very similar. I just added the 3-dimensional flower, and but just at a different point on the card. You could switch sentiments and so forth. And then this was one of my leftover pieces that you could use for just a plain background for a different project that you'll be doing. And so we're going to start by showing you how to shape this flower and how to do this in a quick and a simple manner. So to start bending and shaping these flowers, I'm using our Paper Blossoms molding mat and our stylus tool. I'm just going kind of in a circular motion around this flower. You can just press lightly. These flowers were pre-stamped with the open Delicate Aster flowers and cut out with the coordinating dies. If you're not familiar with how to cut out our stamps and dies, make sure that you watch our video called Matching the Stamps and Dies, and that will give you a great idea on how to do that. And this small one, I'm just punching down in the middle. I did a little glue dot and glitter in the center of that one. And we're going to make this flower, I like to put 2 of each layer together. You could glue this together, like just offset those petals. You can do as many layers as you want. The more layers you do, the more dimension you're going to achieve. So this is how I layer the flower together on those cards. So we'll just assemble all of those. Now obviously I didn't put any glue in here, but I'm just trying to give you a mental picture of how this is going to look when this is completed. So you glue that together, and then this is the 4th piece of the 6 by 6 that I had cut out. So I had pre-traced some glitter, put some glittery effects on this paper, and then for this flower I would just set it like right in there, and voila, you have your card. So in a matter of minutes you can create a very quick card. There was no coloring on this because we stamped the flowers on our coordinating cardstocks. And I'll share a little secret of what we do when we get our new stamps and dies. And you can do this at home if you've got a husband, some bored children, or you're watching TV. Stamp your images off on the coordinating papers that you receive, and then do it in neutral colors. And when you go to do projects, you have all these flowers that you can quickly pull out and use on cards like I showed you. This is such a huge time saver. You can just reach in your drawer and you are good to go. So if you've got a husband that needs something to do, kids that are bored, make sure you teach them how to do this as well. So the next thing we're going to show you is how we did some daisies with our daisy background paper. So like I had told you earlier, you can cut out these daisies with the coordinating daisy dies. So they're already pre-printed, they're colored, so this is a very easy concept. So what I did to create this card is I cut a 5x7 piece from the paper, and then I took my dies and I cut out multiple daisies from the background paper. So I completely cut them out, but I saved my background paper. I layered it on a dark purple cardstock. That's the back side. I don't know if you can see the purple is what I layered it on, but you can kind of see it when you look at the backs of the flowers. But I layered it on that cardstock, lifted those petals up a little bit, and then all I did is added a little bit of glitter and cut out one of those sentiments from the paper pack. So literally this card from start to finish, and I came up with the design, probably took me like 15-20 minutes. So this was an amazing finished product, and I really like how I just put little dots of glitter in there on the baby's breath background. It really just accented that very well. That wraps up the Delicate Aster collection. Visit our website at heartfeltcreations.us to see more samples using this collection. Visit our blog every Wednesday morning for new project samples, and I can't wait to see what you create after you have received your Delicate Asters. Until next time, happy stamping and scrapbooking.